Hello, strangers. Welcome back to the channel. We have so much to cover today, guys. I'm going to be honest. I was sitting there going, I can look into all this stuff on my own, or I can do it with y'all. And I thought it'll be a lot more fun to look into these topics with you guys. Oh, yes, Annie, we all know you're here too. You can come hang out if you want. With you guys than by myself. Now, let me know where you're tuning in from. It looks like some names have changed maybe in the chat. I'd have to get used to everyone. Welcome though. New friends, old friends, welcome everyone. So I just want to let you guys know before we get too deep into this episode. My Annie says, yes, before we get too deep into the episode, everyone say hi to Annie. You just gotta be the star of the show, don't you? Do not eat my mic though. Yeah, don't eat the mic. You know that is not something that makes me happy. All right, before we get too far into the episode, guys, say hi to everyone in the chat. So nice to see you guys. My goal right now is not the branding and marketing and PR takes. I've created a separate YouTube channel for that and for my business and Outlaw Media Company, which is my consulting agency. So I've created a separate YouTube for that. Now, at the end of the day, is that going to come out because that's just what I do and it's the world I'm immersed in? Yes, it's going to come out. But I found that more than anything, it drains me more than anything else to have the really strong branding PR lens to trending pop culture stories. And I'll tell you why. What ends up happening is, oh, did you find a treat? Oh, mom forgot to give you your treats. I'll be right back. I forgot to give her her treats. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll keep you quiet. What? Mom, I forgot to give you your treats. Yeah, there you go. All right, sorry about that, guys. It keeps her quiet if she has her treats. I can actually record something. Okay, so I found after talking, how long? 10 months now, 11 months now, 11 almost in this bloody case, that most people don't care about an unbiased lens to trending pop culture stories. They want their perspective validated. And when I'm doing the branding and marketing piece, my professional reputation relies on me giving an objective lens to it, right? And what would happen is I would get attacked by Justin Baldoni supporters, like eviscerated by Justin Baldoni supporters and eviscerated by Blake Lively supporters. And my videos were getting demonetized because I was getting reported by both Justin Baldoni supporters and Blake Lively supporters. So my YouTube was like in the shitter and it's still getting cleaned up to protect the community. This one, not my business and branding one, which is why I am moving it all over there. Yeah, it was really draining and it was a lot of negativity sent my way by both camps. So my goal right now is to just be in it with you. Like to be in it with you, the gossip, how I see it, just from a perspective like, can you believe she did that? That's bullshit. Rather than I can see it from both perspectives because professional business, Ashley, where my reputation relies on being able to give an unbiased view, this is how I see it. And I just like being eviscerated by everyone. It's not even that I make it mean anything about me, but at some point you get exhausted going online every day and just everyone hates you. It's just at some point it gets exhausting. You're like, all right, well, screw it. I'm not going to do it. So yes, there's going to always be a thread of how I see things because I'm immersed every single day in the branding, marketing, PR fields. Although I'm not taking PR clients on anymore. I'm focusing on branding. So it's what I love. So I'm immersed in that. It's going to come out regardless. but it's not going to be a huge focus. I want it to just be like us hanging out with our coffee. I need a refill on my hot chocolate and just like gossiping and having fun. And the branding piece will come out because that's just who I am. All right. How are you guys doing? You look amazing and refreshed. Haley, it's so nice to see you. Definitely a bit refreshed. I can definitely say that I've done a lot of sleeping. Someone's been reporting Cassidy also. Yeah. It's, and a lot of people blame bots, and bots can definitely do that. Bots can mass flag an account 100%. But I was like getting actual community members that were doing it. And so it's possible that's what's happening to her too, because we're at the point of the case, like from a psychology perspective, we're eyeballs deep, right? People are very tribal at this point. And it's what happens in cases like this. You get very tribal. And if you say something, and that's where it got so hard working to give an objective branding perspective, because you say something where I'm like, Ryan Reynolds gave great branding advice here. And people are like, fuck you. How can you support Ryan? He's an asshole. And I'm like, all right, branding specialists, like, what is happening? But yes, so it doesn't surprise me that other creators are starting to get reported to. And unfortunately, it is actually even community members. It's not just bots that are doing it. All right, guys, like I said, today is dry lips. Where are you guys? First of all, I'm in Ontario, Canada, and we have like 6 inches of snow already. Someone save me. Someone adopt me in warmer weather. Just for the winter. Just for the winter, and I can come back to Canada. Let's start with Jeremy Renner. I cannot believe what's going on. I don't have a ton to say about this, but I've just been kind of on the outskirts watching, and this whole situation is wild. So let's touch on him first, and then we'll go over to Jennifer Abel and her motion for summary judgment, which is so good. I went over a summary of it this morning, and I watched Not Actually Golden, who will play here too. And then we'll look at some of the text messages, because I haven't gone through the text messages yet. I was waiting to do it with you guys. All right. Let me know in the chat. Have you guys heard about what is going on with Jeremy Renner? Jeremy Renner literally came back from the dead, not to essay someone. Yes, that is not why you get brought back from the dead, please. Is it his Mayor of Kingstown is what I've been watching right now. Fantastic show, although I am a huge Taylor Sheridan fan, and I believe Mayor of Kingstown is also a Taylor Sheridan in his universe. I love his style of storytelling. However, this is the first thing I saw in regards to this, and that's why we're gonna show this first to give us some weird context before we dive in. But I saw these allegations that came out in regards to apparently SA, and when those allegations came out, one of the things his fans were talking about was, I don't understand. I thought they were dating. Like, I thought they were in love. All I've seen are these Instagram stories of her posting. Now, I don't pay for the Daily Mail anymore. Side note, I used to pay for the Daily Mail. I kept trying to cancel. You cannot cancel. Y'all, be careful. If you start paying for the Daily Mail, it is damn near impossible to cancel your membership. It took me like 3 months, and I had to get PayPal involved because I had like a long history of trying to get a hold of them to cancel my membership. Anyway, they were running these stories that he finds love again, and this was just in October of 2025. Jeremy Renner finds love again. Actor 54 seen spending time with filmmaker 37 near Reno home, where he was almost killed by a snowplow. So a lot of his fans were coming out and saying, I don't understand. I thought they were in a relationship. Hello, guys. Nevada. Oh my gosh, California. This is where I need to go. This is where I need to go, guys. Oh, I miss you guys too. I've unfollowed quite a few content creators lately. 2 specifically couldn't take the high school level content. I really missed you. I missed you guys. Like I said, I'm like today, I am just in it with you guys. I'm not a branding specialist today. I'm not a PR specialist. I'm just in the gossip. That's it. All right. So this is what came out. She came out with allegations of SA His fans hit back saying, I don't understand. I thought they were in a relationship. These articles started coming out. I'm going to butcher her name. Like, I'm actually having anxiety having to pronounce her name. Please know this is not intentionally trying to be an asshole. Is it Izu? I believe. I apologize. That is probably horrifically wrong. So these articles then started to come out. Who is she? Meet the film director involved in the Jeremy Renner controversy. She comes out saying that he had essayed her and threatened to report her to ICE. Now, I'm not American. I don't know what ICE would have to do with any of this. I don't know because I'm not American, but was threatening to report her to ICE. And then she goes to Instagram. Let's pull up her Instagram. And starts posting everything on Instagram. Okay. Now, I will say, see, you guys, I feel so seen. Do not feel bad whenever I have to say someone's name. I don't know how do I apologize just to preempt it. Yeah, me too. I know I'm going to butcher it, and I can feel the blood drain from my face. So she goes to Instagram. Now, wait till you hear the other side of this, because he's suing her now over apparently using him in an AI film. He's claiming he never gave permission for it, but she goes to Instagram and she starts guys, it's literally all there. She starts just posting it. Let me know in the comments, because I go back and forth on this. So I want to hear from you guys. I don't know if I'm a big fan of dumping everything on Instagram. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know, because I'm open to seeing both sides. I'm just not a huge fan of dumping everything on Instagram. But she did. So we see here, she says, please see all signed contract, including for the Oscars shared by Jeremy Renner. Please head over to Chronicles of Disney Official, Masters of Cinema series, for an example of signed contract, among others signed. Are you coming to say hi again? You're going to hang out? What do you have to say? So it says, Jeremy Renner, validation poster is okay by me. I have not seen any poster that I would need to approve. Don't you eat my mic. I caught this email as it was sent in junk. So posted this. We have text messages that start coming out, sharing 4 profiles of women that reached out to me, among others, about his misconduct and pornographic conduct they received and allegedly bullied or he talked down to. Thank you for your bravery in speaking up. He can't deny when so many witnesses are the same. I'm not sharing their names for respect to their privacy. I think the solidarity of these women victims, we are in this together. So this is a text message allegedly from someone else, says, you are not alone. He did the same things to me. And she says, oh my God. The other person says, yep, and claimed he was a changed person after the accident. Complete BS. Sends the same kind of stuff to tons of women. And Izu says, like who? And this person says, I've just heard this is how he always has been, but proof that he has the same playbook. Ugh. Oh, someone popped up the signature and then found his and it doesn't look right. Ooh. She seems like a stage 5 clinger. It's weird, right? When you start pulling it apart and you look at like the timeline of things are weird. I don't love it, especially since she hasn't even done an official complaint. That's a great point, Sammy. That's a great point, and might be opening herself up to legal implications as well. Like, she is dumping everything on Instagram. And this is it looks fabricated. It's weird, and it breaks my heart that we are in an age, and Blake likely has something to say, like something to do with this, right? Blake came out hitting hard with all of this information. She made people feel as if there was this massive, not just smear campaign, but this massive issue on set about SA and this inappropriate conduct and all this stuff. And then she has nothing to back it up. And every time anything does come out, it supports Justin. And so I think a piece of this too, and I genuinely, and you can probably hear the discomfort in my voice, because the fact that I don't necessarily believe it's as black and white as she's saying probably has something to do with everything that Blake Lively did as well. I'm not a huge fan that this is just all over Instagram. It makes me so uncomfortable. Hello, Matthew. It's so nice to see you. I think a take-home message from Blake Lively JB is to not judge too early, if ever true, because of money, Hollywood relationships seem especially messy. Absolutely. And that's a great reminder. And that's, it's funny because that's where my brain was going in the beginning. And you immediately, well, I know for me, I immediately want to believe the victim and then, or the perceived alleged victim. And in my head, I'm going, but oh my, like you can these days, I mean, hell, on AI, you can create a legit body double of yourself these days. You can create a legit body double of someone with their voice. So we're in an age where it's going to be increasingly more difficult to figure out what's real or not. And I think that's another reason why it makes me really uncomfortable that this is just all being dumped on Instagram. Any other victims, please DM. Like, it's wild what's going on. This one, Jeremy Renner accuser gushed about their new love 3 weeks before bombshell claims. This is what all his fans were running with. And yes, this is going to be PR on both sides. But you can't deny, at the end of the day, you can't deny it doesn't mean nothing inappropriate happened. I'm not saying because she was gushing about their love and being in love 3 weeks before, I'm not saying because of that inappropriate behavior could not have happened. However, originally how this was all painted, it looked like he was some creep that was a business partner strictly that was sending inappropriate messages. And then it kind of comes out that wasn't really what was going on. Yeah, there's a time where there's no video to go to, for sure. Absolutely. So that article came out, which was based on what I had showed you guys when we started. It was all her Instagram stories. She was the one that kept posting the relationships or the relationship. So she keeps going. It's as if we're in court right now. I read People Magazine's article by Jeremy Renner's lawyer, law firm that represent me as well, by the way, claiming I pursued Jeremy. All screenshots are facts presented on my Instagram and metadata saved. Can you imagine? We are in a world where it's like everything's facts. I'm just presenting it on Instagram for you. I can't even believe it. It's my right to correct misinformation about me. Many women have spoken up about Jeremy Renner's misconduct. As you can see, all the screenshots I shared. Well, I hate to say it, but Blake also said there was a bunch of women. And then look what happened. Do you guys remember when those fake HR complaints started circling online? Yeah, I'm with you. I want facts, data, timeline, proof. Yep. I never just believe there's more than one side of the story. Facts, not feelings. Yes. Hello, it's so nice to see you. Always save communications. Apparently, we all need to be ready to drop receipts at any time. I mean, if there's nothing else we've learned from these situations this year, save everything. I'm kind of happy, honestly, that I'm not raising kids these days. Because what a world we live in. I remember the days of dial-up internet and landline phones where I used to try, because we had a farm, and I used to try and go to the stables to call my friends, but they were all long distance. And my mom cut the cord to the phone in the barn because the phone bill was jacked up because I was calling people from the landline. But that's how old I am. Where rumors were because you were talking to your girlfriends at the lunch table at school, not because you put something on your Instagram and it ruined someone's life. It's just wild times. So she keeps going. Oh, is that what you call rejected? LOL page 6. She is crashing out on Instagram. And if what she's saying is true, I feel bad, but someone's got to take her phone from her. For his denial, he did not. Now I'm going to be getting reported from her community. For his denial, he did not pursue me and we did not have a relationship. Jeremy Renner text message. I love to please. She hearted. Adventure. Feel you deeply. Anytime, any place. Well, what's the date on this? Does this line up with the same time frame that you were posting pictures gallivanting around Hollywood with him? Because then that's not, in my opinion, if you're dating someone or you're involved with someone, or even not dating, maybe she thought they were dating and in a relationship and he didn't. He was like, whatever, we were just like screwing around. I don't like, did they get a love contract? Do we need love contracts these days? I feel like we need love contracts these days. Like The Office. Any Office fans where Michael and Jan have to sign the love contract? I feel like we're in those days. Because does this align with when you were going on in your Instagram stories about you guys together? Then she posts this, like she's got to be doing her own PR. There's no way there's a PR team behind this. She shares the New York Post article. Jeremy Renner fires off cease and desist letter to Izu, claims filmmaker pursued him despite shocking allegations. My immediate thought when you said love contract, right? It reminds me of Jan being just horrified of having to do a love contract with him. So she says, New York Post, we did not get any request for comment as other magazine did. Journalistic ethics to show both sides. The response is, it's the Me Too typical playbook. The flip the guilt, the same language to other women they sent these letters to. Their secret is to reverse guilt. Oh, God. Now we're getting into Darvo. Additionally, I don't think we should indulge into this debate anymore. If people are in a relationship, the tango takes two. We have enough evidence I posted yesterday of also other females to show the pattern of pursuit. And see, I don't agree with that. Posting alleged screenshots to me doesn't prove a pattern. That's not evidence. Evidence is in the court of law. And apparently now evidence is on Instagram. We're just going with the court of public opinion. Everyone get your gavels. Court's in session. Like, it's just insane to me. But it keeps going. Like, if you go to her Instagram, this is how much is there. Like, text message. She calls it receipts. I don't know what this is a receipt of. Is that him? August 20th, Reno? Is this a location? Are they renovating the house? Like, I'm not trying to be daft, but like, what does Reno mean? I don't understand. Is that her nickname for him? Receipts also sharing the room and bath. I locked myself in to avoid any more aggression. I chose to stay to finish the project the next day and stupidly believe in the healing power of love and in true love. So is she saying that it was true love? I genuinely hope this doesn't come out as like a woman scorned. Like, I was in love with you. I hope not. I don't know what this proves. This picture. Then this picture seems a little inappropriate. My video is definitely going to be reported now. On my phone, I didn't realize what was going on in the picture when I pulled it up on the big screen. Now I do. All right, this is another one from 2 days ago. Please see written record. The denial is bad conduct given all the documents and communications produced. Screenshots are real, not AI. Well, thankfully you said it, because now that you said it, we believe it. And this is the thing, like, it hurts my heart. We are in an age where you can't believe things. So this apparently happened, says Jeremy Renner here. No date. She says, go to hell. All names are given. You're a pig. You use all apps to send pics, inappropriate pics. No one said anything so far. And allegedly he wrote immigration will be notified of your, and it's cut off. Oh, there's Instagram stories too. Let's see if there's anything new in the stories. Where's the, yeah, we all know about metadata. We want the metadata. It's not loading. But this is what's been going on with him. Now, yeah, that's not going to load. Let me pull up the interesting lawsuit that seems to have sparked all of this. Because I don't know. I would hate for this to be a case of I was in love with you. I thought we were business partners. I thought we were in this together. And now it looks like we're not. So I am just going to destroy you on the internet. I hope not. So good old deadline. Good old deadline. You gotta love deadline. Always got something to say. It's all PR, right? Like both sides are well, I don't know if she has a PR agent. She is doing what Blake Lively does, which is crash out on Instagram. But even worse than Blake Lively, to be honest, because at least Blake Lively's not like putting this shit on Instagram. She just posts baking and doing her hair while she's eating bathroom burritos. But this is going to be PR. His team likely brought this story forward. So this was from November 11th. So just yesterday, AI documentary director insists Jeremy Renner agreed to narrate. Oh no, this would have been her side. Where's the one I saw earlier? We're gonna have to back up in a minute. AI documentary director insists Jeremy Renner agreed to narrate movie as Hawkeye star threatens multi-millions lawsuit. So amid explicit misconduct allegations on both sides, Jeremy Renner is vowing to sue a documentary filmmaker for multi-millions over what the Hawkeye star claims is the unauthorized use of his voice in an AI-created film. However, with a timeline, a press release, a previous legal action, and an alleged signed release, director Izu claims that Renner fully agreed in writing to participate in the AI animated Stardust Future Stars and Scars. The differing point of views have turned the sordid matter into something more complex, technologically and deal-wise, than a case of she said, he said. This should be giving Hollywood a little bit of like, they should be a little bit nervous, to be honest, because I think there's a push for more AI content. And this, yeah, it'll be interesting. This might be the first lawsuit over AI in films. Not that Marty Singer sees it that way. You have no personal relationship with my client other than an extremely brief and entirely consensual encounter on only one occasion in July 2025, declares a November 7th cease and desist letter sent to Zoo from Renner's heavyweight Hollywood lawyer. Who's the lawyer? Marty Singer? A lot of attention has been paid in recent days to Zoo's claims on social media of her intimate interactions with the Avengers actor with apparent schmex texts, the subsequent emotional fallout, and accusations of abuse. Yet it's Renner's appearance in Zoo's Masters of Cinema 2, Chronicles of Disney, and his Oracle of Time voiceover in Stardust Futures that has the attorney in fighting form. Deadline exclusively reported on Renner's participation in the Chinese filmmaker's Chronicles of Disney last October 9th. There was no mention of another film or Stardust Future from Zoo's Into the Sun shingle at the time. My client graciously agreed to support your career by appearing in your documentary about Disney, Singer writes in the cease and desist letter using tones and terms anyone familiar with the lawyer's style will recognize. Now I need to look up do you guys know any famous cases he's done? Marty Singer? Let me know in the chat. Hello. Good morning. Why does the name sound so familiar? The name sounds very familiar. You guys are going to have to help me out with this one, or we're all going to have to Google it together. We have since learned that you are also falsely claiming that my client supposedly narrated an entirely AI-generated film. My client has no knowledge of and did not willingly participate in any AI-generated animation or other project with you other than her Disney documentary. Please take notice that if you continue to exploit my client's name, likeness, or voice in connection with any entertainment project other than the Disney documentary for which he was interviewed on July 12, 2025, you'll be exposed to multi-millions of dollars in liability for commercial misappropriation of my client's valuable rights of publicity. And in response, she goes to Instagram and starts, I'm like getting like red and hot just thinking about this. She goes to Instagram and like, she's going to get hit with a lawsuit for sure at this point. If Zoo was somehow confused about what the Lively and Singer co-founder was trying to convey on Renner's part, the lawyer reiterated his primary star PowerPoint and the 3-page missive. My client has paid millions of dollars to appear in and promote motion pictures, Singer says of Renner, 2-time Oscar nominee. You have no right to use his name, likeness, or voice in connection with any project other than the Disney documentary. If you continue to exploit my client's name, voice, and likeness for any project other than the Disney documentary without his consent, you will be sued. Let me be very clear. My client has absolutely no intention to engage with you regarding any personal or professional matters whatsoever, and your continued threats will result in legal action, including but not limited to a restraining order against you, Singer says near the end of the letter in bold and italics. Interestingly, almost as an aside, Zoo also claimed there is a conflict with Singer representing Renner in this matter because his firm, though not the lawyer himself, represented her in a prior legal matter. Regardless, the filmmaker is steadfast that Renner signed a September 15th talent release form for a below-the-line film, tentatively titled Masters of Cinema 2, Chronicles of Disney, and all promotional, derivative, and related works derived from it. Well, that'll be interesting because they are saying that he helped her with one. So she might very well have emails back and forth with him talking about certain things. There could legit maybe be contracts out there, but he's saying, and his lawyer saying, I agree to help you with the one. And obviously his lawyer contacted Deadline for this. I agree to help you with the one, but I didn't agree to do this. And her response is to completely crash out on Instagram, which I can't imagine is going to go well for her. She's going to catch strays of multiple lawsuits, I imagine. Deadline has seen a document alleging to be the release with parent J.R. signature, but cannot verify its authenticity. Zoo says she sent Renner a cease and desist letter over his altercation back on October 29th, sent via email. The 3-paragraph formal and final request says she will pursue all available legal remedies, including but not limited to injunctive relief, monetary damages, and legal fees. Well, if anyone was, getting bored of the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively case, I mean, this should be a mess. This should be a mess. Wow. To that, Zoo contends that Renner's voice on the charity benefiting Stardust Future, which a press release described as meditation on survival and transformation, is 100% real. We cannot use AI to replicate a person's voice without consent is against the law, she says. Admitting there is a personal clash between herself and Renner, who was significantly injured after being run over by his own snowplow in 2023, who is the aggressor in their personal affairs. The filmmaker notes that when it comes to Stardust Future, Singer's letter is late to the game. All right, well, there you go, guys. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on it, which means we'll talk about it because that's what I do. I just bring the things that interest me here and we go through it together. But I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I genuinely don't know what to believe. I don't agree with crashing out on Instagram with all these screenshots. That's one thing I will say. I don't know. And if you can link up the text messages he was sending to when they were together, even if it wasn't a relationship, she's saying, well, okay, he's claiming we weren't in a relationship. He might not have seen it as a relationship. Maybe she did. And then she talks about true love in one of the posts. So was he like your true love and you realize that he maybe didn't see it like that and you guys were just together for a little bit to pass the time? And then I don't know. That's true too. If she has a release form, it would detail what he agreed to. But instead we're getting pictures of text messages. I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't make sense to me. All right. Let's flip over to other craziness. Actually, let's start with Not Actually Golden for this one. Reverse. Back up. All right. Let's go over to Not Actually Golden because she has a video on what's going on with Jenn Abel. I think everyone was caught off guard by this Jenn Abel motion of summary judgment. We're going to go over it. Which one is it, though? I think it's this one.
Well, I was all prepared to do a different video, and now Jenn Abel has filed a motion for summary judgment. So let's cover that instead. So in a completely unexpected move, I didn't expect this. I don't know that anybody else did. This completely caught me off guard. But the minute I started reading it, I was like, this is fucking genius. Jennifer Abel has filed a motion for conditional summary judgment on her claim, her third-party claim against Jonesworks for indemnification. So what she is doing is telling the court, go ahead and enter a finding, enter a judgment that whatever I get stuck with in this case, Jones Works has to pay for it. You might as well just go ahead and enter that judgment now. And the reason she's doing that is because if she gets that judgment, that, of course, protects her for whatever she might be found responsible for. And it also completely mind fucks Stephanie Jones and blows up her strategy, because now she will want Jennifer Abel to win instead of Blake Lively. It also means that Stephanie Jones, if there are settlement discussions happening, would have to potentially pay Jenn Abel's portion of whatever settlement went to Lively. So as a legal strategy, I think this is absolutely brilliant. These people, Shapiro and now this is what they're getting paid for. They are getting paid to write these surgical motions, dispositive motions on straight up legal issues. And if this is a harbinger of things to come, I'm even more excited than I was before. So it's really just a one argument.
Okay, so she goes on for about 10 minutes. A little girl attorney does another about 10-minute video on this. We'll go over the documents, but essentially what she's saying is Blake's going back in time to say this is when things started, that there was already a smear campaign happening on the set. Like we're going back in time. And looks like Jenn Abel saying, all right, well, I was working for Stephanie Jones then. So I was going based on what Stephanie Jones was telling me to do. So Stephanie Jones, you are responsible. So if I have to pay Blake $100 million, girlfriend, that's coming out of your bank account because I was your employee then. And that is amazing. We'll flip over to it right now. Actually, we can play a couple minutes of, I saw some of you guys say that you really like Little Girl Attorney. We can play a couple minutes of hers too. We love her. I think it's this one.
I just finished reading the third-party Abel motion for conditional summary judgment, and I am speechless. I mean, truly, this is the best piece of lawyering that we have seen in this case to date. I'm going to explain to you what it is first, and then I'll explain to you why I think it was absolutely brilliant. So recall that Abel countersued against Jones Works in this whole Lively versus Wayfair lawsuit. And one of her causes of actions against Jones Works was for indemnification. And we talked in an earlier video about what indemnification is. Under the legal doctrine respondeat superior, an employer is vicariously liable, potentially, for the tortious acts of its employee that is conducting business under the direction of the employer. So if acts are committed in furtherance of an employer's business, and those acts become the target of some kind of litigation, and the employee who did the alleged bad acts are held liable to someone else for those acts, then the employer is also vicariously liable as a result. We've discussed this before. If you are driving.
So she gives some examples. Go support both of them over on TikTok. They're both lovely. What I need to know from you guys, how much do you think Stephanie Jones almost had a heart attack when this came through? Like, she definitely needed a Prozac or something when that came through. I have no doubt she is pooping her pants, because this puts her in such a weird position too, right? And we'll pull up the document. We won't go word for word, but we'll skim through it. This puts her in such a weird position because Stephanie's the one that handed Blake the phone, which started the Van Zandt sham of it all, which started this whole catastrophe. And now she could be liable and on the line for Jenn's, whatever comes out of it for Jenn. Like, she's got to be shitting her pants. Yeah, she is totally in deep shit right now. Yes. Hopefully this will create a deep rift between Stephanie and Blake. We need Stephanie to talk. It'd be interesting. And that's something not actually Golden said towards the end is essentially what this does is it puts Stephanie and Blake Lively on opposite ends. Stephanie's going to want Jenn Abel to win. The aneurysm must be pulsating right now. Yeah, there's some. It's not good. All right. Oh, what did I do? There we go. All right, there we go. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. So this is a memorandum of law and support. I wonder what. Let me just check quick. There's nothing really trending for Stephanie Jones right now. Although she's always been on top of that. It's hard to find any dirt on Stephanie. She scrubs it pretty quick, which is probably why she's so pissed about the websites that came out about her. Okay, let's have a look. Third-party plaintiff Jennifer Abel respectfully submits this memorandum of law in support of her motion for conditional summary judgment against third-party defendant Jones Works and on her second cause of action for common law indemnification for the reasons set forth here. So she's saying Abel was employed by Jones Work to render public relations services to its clients, such as Justin Baldoni and Wayfair Studios, collectively the Wayfair clients. At Jones Work direction, Abel performed public relations activities for the Wayfair clients, including in connection with the film It Ends With Us. She's like, I don't know what to tell you. Here's my contract. Here's when I was working for Stephanie. Here's the overlap with It Ends With Us. I'm sure she would have some kind of contracts to show what she didn't being required to do as part of her job. Oh, this is bad for Stephanie. In late July 2024, early August 2024, public commentary circulated concerning purported onset strife between Baldoni and the film's co-star Blake Lively. Abel and other Jones Work employees discuss how to garner positive publicity and to minimize negative publicity for the Wayfair clients, as was within Abel's scope of employment for Jones Works. Jennifer's like, yep, we did talk about that. We did talk about how to get positive publicity for Wayfair. Yeah, you're right. We did. But guess what? I was working for Stephanie Jones and I was directed to do that because that was my job. Oh my gosh. In breach of Jones Work's contractual and fiduciary duties to the Wayfair clients, Jones Work Chief Executive Officer Stephanie Jones inexplicably and covertly advised Lively of the Wayfair clients' public relations activities. She needs to be sued for all this. I hope things get revisited with her. She's a nut. Lively then caused her entity Van Zandt Inc. I love that Van Zandt's back. This video will be the death of my account again. The video that triggered all of the issues with this account was my last video on Van Zandt. My account has been struggling since. So Van Zandt's back in the chat. So they're saying that this is what triggered the Van Sham lawsuit to commence a frivolous lawsuit in New York State Court against John Doe's devoid of any reference to the Wayfair clients or Abel. Jones Work participated in the hoax. Oh my gosh, I love they called it a hoax. Jones Work participated in the hoax orchestrated by Lively by generously complying with a knowingly invalid subpoena from Van Zandt, i.e. Lively. This is so good. Which sought the Wayfair clients and Abel's communications, and which any other recipient thereof would have moved to quash. Based upon those communications, Lively manufactured a claim against Abel for allegedly aiding and abetting retaliation when, in truth, Abel merely engaged in standard PR activities. And that's something we've talked about on the channel a lot, where I've said, this isn't bizarre out there PR. And that's what I've said multiple times, even with Justin Baldoni. It's not out of the scope of what a PR team does. It's not retaliation. It's not sketchy. It's not some clandestine smear campaign. It's just what PR does. Abel's actions at issue here were all undertaken as a Jones Work employee within the scope of her employment and were foreseeably by and known to Jones Work. Can you imagine being such a shit person like Stephanie Jones, where you're playing both sides to this level? Because that's exactly what she did. Just to probably get back at Jennifer Abel. I imagine Stephanie probably thought Jennifer Abel was behind those websites, probably wanted the phone for her own means to like try and connect Jennifer Abel to creating the Stephanie Jones is a Liar websites. So it was probably all about Stephanie Jones. And then she found something that she could like destroy Jenn Abel with. And so partnered with Blake. Like she's just playing all these sides. Yeah, playing all these sides, completely two-faced. So Jenn saying like, look, this was all part of my employment. So under well-established New York law, Abel's entitled to common law indemnification from Jones' work, regardless of whether Jones realized at the time Jones betrayed her then clients, the Wayfair clients, that her unwavering alliance with Lively resulted in Jones' work own potential liability. No, people like this can't see that far ahead. Statement of facts, Jones' work hires Abel. So they're just going through when she worked for them. Says approximately 16 months later, on or about November 22nd, 2021, Jones' work and Abel entered into a modified employment agreement. The Wayfair clients retained Jones' work in or around 2018. A couple of years before Jones' work hired Abel, Baldoni retained Jones' work to provide him with public relations services. Therefore, Wayfair, a production studio founded by Baldoni and others, retained Jones' work for PR services. On or about May 6, 2020, Wayfair entered into agreement with Jones' work for Jones' work to serve as its exclusive PR counsel. Under the terms of the Wayfair agreement, Jones' work was tasked with providing strategic communication services, including assist in developing, writing, and updating communication materials related to all press outreach, such as biographies, media kits, boilerplates, press releases, and key messaging. Advise on any marketing and campaign strategies to ensure brand messaging is consistent, opportunities maximized, and the strongest press angles aligned. Conduct media monitoring and competitor tracking for the industry press. I've shown you guys behind the scenes and that kind of software that they use. Conduct regular check-ins on calls surrounding the status of Wayfair Studios projects, events, and news. At her deposition, Jones, in her capacity as Jones' Works CEO, testified that and is redacted. Specifically, Jones also testified that and is redacted. In exchange for Jones' work personalized and bespoke services, Wayfair and Baldoni collectively agreed to pay Jones' work $25,000 per month in addition to other expenses and fees. I feel so like vindicated right now. I had people telling me that it was just astronomical, and even other people in the PR industry that were saying, no, like Jed Wallace charging $25,000 a month was just egregious. It was too much money. And I'm going, that is like, I'd be questioning if I was hiring a strategist, crisis guy, like, what's his name again? Oh my God, now I'm blacking out. Street relations. If I was only spending $25,000 a month on that. I was like, and even when they increased it to Jed Wallace, there's his name. Even when they increased it to $30,000 because of the pushback from the Swifties, I still said it's not actually a lot of money for PR services monthly. Well, now we're seeing that Jones Works base to be your PR company is $25,000 a month. That's your base. That's where you start. I feel so vindicated right now. I was like, it's not a lot of money. Under the terms of the Wayfair agreement, the initial term of the agreement would last 1 year. Following the 1 year term, the Wayfair agreement would automatically renew for an additional 1 year period until terminated. Following its retention, Jones Work redacted. Jones Work also set an email distribution list redacted to help service the Wayfair clients. Additionally, and as part of this retention, Jones Work assigned Abel to serve as the primary point person for the Wayfair clients working out of Jones Work Los Angeles office. So next heading is Lively claims against Abel stem exclusively from her employment for Jones Works. Oof. Throughout the summer of 2024, consistent with the Wayfair agreement and its role in exclusive PR counsel, Jones Work provided a wide range of public relations services to Wayfair, including in connection with the premiere of the film. During that time, and more importantly, within the scope of her employment for Jones Work, Abel performed PR services for the Wayfair clients. Number of those activities now serve as the basis of Lively's claims against Abel. Oh, as detailed below. On July 24th, 2024, Abel advised Jones that redacted. I want to see behind this. Why is it redacted? Just show us. Jones responded by redacted. Therefore, and based upon Abel's recommendation, Wayfair hired the agency Group PR TAG to assist Jones work with crisis management. On July 31st, 2024, Abel texted Jamie Heath and Mitz Toskovich of Wayfair about a conversation that she had with an independent journalist concerning the exclusion of Baldoni from film-related promotions, and that such journalist was willing to publish a story of Lively's misconduct. Abel never followed up on the matter or referred the journalist to anyone else, and the story was never published. All right, so it kind of goes in here. August 2nd, 2024, Representative TAG sent Abel a scenario planning document referencing an objective to protect the reputation of Wayfair. August 5th, 2024, Abel notified Baldoni that Sony had an issue with the word friction being used in his press interviews about the on-set relationship between Baldoni and Lively. Did he ever? I'm just trying. Sorry, I'm buffering. I don't remember him ever saying there was friction. Did he? I don't remember that. Abel proposed the word challenge as a compromise to downplay the social media speculation of an on-set feud and to highlight that as the director of the film, Baldoni successfully brought all people together to create something beautiful in the film. August 7th, 2024, Abel exchanged certain text messages with Jones Work employee Matthew Mitchell and TAG employees Melissa Nathan, Katie Case, and Brianna Coslow about an online narrative concerning Baldoni and Lively's separate promotion of the film. I can't believe none of us caught this. Like, none of us, lawyers, anyone, put two and two together that she was still working for Stephanie at this point. I am blindsided by this. Stephanie Jones may get to meet prison Mike. I need to watch that episode tonight. I don't remember the word friction coming up either. I don't remember that ever having been said. On August 7th, Case sent Heath and Abel at her Jones Work email address an email referring to social and digital mitigation and remediation and public narratives concerning Baldoni and Wayfair. On August 8th, Abel sent a text message to her Jones Work co-employee Mitchell and TAG employees Nathan and Case concerning redacted, taking note of or flagging negative public commentary. I never put two and two together that she was still with Stephanie at this point. That's a good point. There's so many pieces of the puzzle, it's impossible to catch everything. That's such a good point. Because I can't believe I didn't even put that together. I don't know why I thought she left before all this, but I guess in my head, I wasn't thinking that, well, she was still with her during the promotion of actually It Ends With Us. This case is always shocking. There's always a new curveball. On November 9th, 2024, Abel exchanged text messages with Nathan concerning articles about a riff or feud between Baldoni and Lively, as well as other potential media coverage of the situation. On August 10th, 2024, Abel exchanged text messages with Heath, Mitchell, Nathan, and Case concerning a Hollywood Reporter article and TikTok videos related to Lively and Baldoni. On the 11th, in her capacity, she's still an employee of Jones Work. In her capacity as a Jones Work employee, Abel advised Wayfair via text message about redacted. On August 13th, 2024, Abel exchanged text messages with Heath, Baldoni, Mitchell, Case, Coslow, and Nathan concerning a TikTok video praising Baldoni and another video criticizing Lively for the marketing. August 15th, Abel exchanged text messages with Heath, Baldoni, Mitchell, Case, Coslow, and Nathan concerning the positive public comments made, redacted. I mean, they're still going. It looks like, okay, so here, Jones Work profited from the foregoing work performed by Abel, receiving its monthly $25,000 fee from the Wayfair clients. Abel, I'd love to know what cut she got. Smart woman starting her own business. Abel's employment with Jones Work ended on August 21st, 2024. Abel never published, planted, or pitched any negative content about Lively, nor boosted or amplified any negative content about Lively. Lively's lawsuit against Abel. So then they're just going into the details of that. In Lively's third amended response and objections to Abel's second set of interrogatories, Lively purports to identify the redacted that she alleges was redacted by Abel. In their interrogatory responses, Lively further alleges that redacted. I mean, this is all just coming. It's just all coming back to like, Judge, I was doing what I was told. My boss was Stephanie Jones. I was doing what I was told. I was following my contract. And everything is stemming from this time where Blake Lively is saying all of this started, but I was working for Stephanie Jones. Good for her. This is wild. So yeah, they're saying that essentially, and again, go watch Little Girl Attorney and Not Actually Golden. They break it down. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one. I don't even play one on TV. But what essentially is Stephanie Jones is liable. Like whatever happens to Jennifer Abel, Stephanie Jones has to cover that. That's wild. All right, let's flip over. Before I let you guys go, I want to just go through some of the text messages because I haven't even really looked at the text messages yet. And then I do have to let you guys go. We're at an hour. Yeah, I have about 15 minutes left. Okay. These are all the text messages that were released. Oh, that's just a contract, agreements. These text messages for me, I don't know how Blake Lively could see any of this and think, yeah, it makes total sense that they were smearing me. Justin Baldoni, in everything I've seen so far, is constantly trying to reiterate, like, this isn't us, right? We're not doing this, right? I don't understand. So we have this one, Jamie Heath. So this is back July 31st, 2024. Jenn, it's growing. And then redacted, thanks for the call. Confidentially, I'm out to dinner with a friend of 12 plus years who writes for People Magazine, Fox News, In Touch, US Weekly, and she's fully briefed at the situation, is armed and ready to take the story of Blake weaponizing feminism to any of her outlets the minute we give her the green light. She hates Blake, has heard this story before, and will do anything for us, just FYI. And then Mitz has like an excited gif. And then redacted. So your call, Jamie, is perfectly timed. She's armed and ready. I'm going to connect her to Melissa tomorrow just to have in our pocket. And I can imagine there's going to be like, I don't know. I'm not really on X anymore. I'm just going to use it to like post when I'm going live, to be quite honest. X is kind of toxic. But I imagine there's like probably Blake supporters that are using this on X to be like, see, it proves that there was this massive smear campaign. I don't really think it proves anything. Let's see. Because that's PR. Like, that's PR doing PR shit. All right. This one, Jen Abel. Sony is having a hard time with the word friction. I still don't remember it ever having been said. They think it'll be taken out of as clickbait. They obviously don't know about our strategy, but let's stick to the words of challenge and the role you had as director to get everyone to come together and be on the same page to create something beautiful. Love what you're saying about the intimacy coordinators and stunt coordinators and how involved Blake was in the scenes to ensure everyone felt safe, that you took a step back. That's excellent. And this is Henny Grace is Justin. This is what we would need. Hailey Bieber's history of bullying many women, not just Selena Gomez, throughout the years thread. Jennifer Abel. Yes, I literally just spoke to Melissa about this on the break, about what we discussed last night for social and digital. Focus on Reddit, TikTok, and IG. Looks like some attachments that were sent through by Justin. And Justin says she wants to interview me. Jennifer Abel want to have her email me. Justin says she is emailing. I said it would make it happen. Jennifer Abel loved that. Another attachment sent through. Like, there's nothing big here. And those are ones we've seen previously. Okay, that's the SEO contract. So this is thread participants, Melissa, Nathan, and Jenn Abel. Like, can you imagine having like all your text messages on the internet? Like, gives me anxiety just thinking of it. Melissa Nathan only mention. I don't know what they mean there. It says box office over under. Pre-sales for Sony's It Ends With Us are really strong, even if reviews of Blake Lively rom-com aren't. I'll take the over on the 29 million tracking, and Lionsgate's long delayed and officially troubled. No, it's talking about something else. Okay. Jenn Abel, thank God. Jenn Abel says, so apparently Tom Rothman is speaking to Leslie to get Blake to cut the shit. I don't think, I think Blake's going to do what Blake's going to do. Jenn Abel sends another message. I think we can get through this if we just get that New York Post piece killed and Leslie agrees to a truce. Melissa Nathan, Jen, we can get through anything. Next, Melissa Nathan is redacted. Jenn Abel, next message, shut the fuck up. Melissa Nathan, good Lord, I'll be done in like 15 minutes. Can you speak then? Jennifer Abel says yes. Jennifer Abel sends this. This is James, a senior reporter with Daily Mail. We have learned that Justin Baldoni caused issues on the set of It Ends With Us. They clashed with many cast members as well as Colleen Hoover. Sources have told us that the women on set felt he was borderline abusive. What? Unprofessional. And see, this is the shit that is just, it makes it harder for people that are actually victims to be heard and people believe them. Borderline abusive. What has Blake produced so far that shows he was borderline abusive? Every time she says she has something, it gets proven that she's a liar that lies. We were also told that parts of the script needed to be rewritten as a result, which he took personally. The cast is currently not talking about this because they do not want it to take away from the promotional work or the film's release. Many felt Justin's acting was undoubtedly phenomenal and he could receive award nods, but there are concerns he could defend his actions with this style of acting, which is method. Please let me know if you would like to comment either or off record, on or off record. Jenn Abel, just got this. Melissa Nathan, I'll call him. Jenn Abel, damn, want me to do anything? Melissa Nathan says, this stems from what happened yesterday. I'll tell you on the phone how I know now. I know James really well. Jen says, wow, Melissa, and then I'll call you, LOL. Jen, okay, Jesus. Melissa Nathan, because Leslie herself called the mail after Stephanie, who was denying, called the mail. Jen, wow, okay. Melissa, can you chat in 5 at breakfast? But yes, Jen says. So then they send the Hollywood Reporter article through. Jen says, is it horrible to say that I don't think it's that bad? Melissa says, no, because I know what you're watching for. So all things considered, it looks like trash and gossip. Jen says, it looks like a plant from Blake's camp trying to steer the narrative. Melissa, well, I mean, yeah, looks like Blake's camp trying to steer the narrative, trying to trash and smear Justin. That's a word choice. Borderline is close, but not actually. Did she not think she'd have to prove? Yeah, I don't think Blake ever thought she'd have to provide proof. I genuinely don't think. I tried to watch It Ends With Us again last night. Once I got past the rooftop scene, I just couldn't do it. My bias is strong. That rooftop scene is so bad, though. It is so bad. Oh, it's bad. So I don't blame you. Jenn Abel, I can tell you've done a lot of work here. Nothing about being unsafe, fat comments, sexual. Thank fucking God. Melissa, that's all I care about. The other stuff is just nonsense. And honestly, the money the movie is making is fucking great for you guys. Let's just keep it steering that way. And you take this fucking client and never talk to her again. I swear to God. Jen says, exactly. Do we need to worry about New York Post? Melissa says she also just needs time to herself. If I'm just being mindful of humanity for a second, she needs to just stop being, obviously there's something as a human being she is doing that is affecting herself mentally. On with my sister now. Jen laughed. Are they talking about Blake there? Something's going on that's affecting her mentally. I mean, let's be honest. Melissa Nathan, Baha'i needs to be out, and mostly the misogynistic swap that one word. Jed says we're crushing it on Reddit. So they're just going back and forth. How many pages? 14 pages? Going back and forth over what they're seeing in the PR. Stephanie Jones then messages, it looks like Jenn Abel, and says, Lillian has been nice and fixed things for us in past. I can give her a call. That is nothing, Burger. Which to me just proves that Jenn was working with Stephanie Jones at this time. To me, that's like good for Jenn, because it's like, look, I was doing everything in conjunction with Stephanie. So that's part of my employment. And they're saying they feel better about the New York Times. Melissa says, I hope Jamie can see how bloody hard you're working. Yeah, they're just going back and forth. Melissa talks about they survived that situation. What's this email? Oh, damn it. I need to pay attention to what text chain I'm clicking on. 16. I'm still going to forget. So this is Katie Case, August 10th, 2024. So I think this is still when Jennifer worked for Stephanie Jones. I can't remember the exact date already. Kay says, hi team, so far extremely limited pickup on Daily Mail, page 6. We'll continue to keep an eye and send pieces as needed, but so far it's been steady coverage on pure speculation. We've also started to see a shift on social due largely to Jed and his team effort to shift the narrative towards shining a spotlight on Blake and Ryan. And this isn't like, that's just normal PR. I don't understand how people, not you guys obviously, but people online are taking that to mean that they're doing something nefarious or something that isn't done. Both sides are going to do that unless, you know, you're just going to Instagram and posting everything on Instagram. If you have a PR team, they're going to be doing this. Jamie thanks Katie. I'd like to have a quick Zoom today. Redacted, I can join just running around, so might not be on camera. Just let me know when. Matthew Mitchell. So these are the people that Jen was also talking about that are like, these are JonesWorks employees and we were all working together on this case. This is wild. I can't believe this. I genuinely did not put 2 and 2 together that Jen was still working for Stephanie here. Katie checking if this works for Melissa and Brianna as well. Come back to this. They're just going back and forth over articles. And this is due. Is this whole it one ends with a speculation drama, the new Don't Worry Darling, dying to know your thoughts on all of this? Yeah, they're just tracking social media. Like nothing's horrible here. And then I'm sure you guys have seen some of the coverage of like Colleen being sketchy AF. Like Colleen just throwing Justin under the bus. Yeah, so Justin's going back and forth with Brianna and Katie, it looks here. Please watch this entire video. So they're sending videos back and forth. So Jenn Abel, yes, we have this, and this is what the digital team is amplifying. There's also an entire Reddit thread dedicated to this video. Oh, wow. It's hit Reddit. Justin's got to be like completely naive. It's hit Reddit. Like everything goes straight to Reddit these days. Everything hits Reddit. Justin says, this is the celebrity kind interview I did. I think me saying I wanted trigger warning is a good thing. Jen, yes, that's what we are pushing out. Justin says, and that is my cut. There was a big call to action before my name, but no one can know that. Hey guys, just a heads up. I'm getting friends reaching out saying they're having a lot of PR articles slandering me coming up on their feed. So obviously they are pushing these things out. Ugh. Yikes. Jen, just sharing this because it's getting a ton of pickup in a good way. Proud to work with you, JB. So she's sharing, is that TM? No, TikTok. It's a TikTok video. How many are there? Justin B, did you guys hear we got stuck in an elevator at AMC? LOL. Jen, oh my God, the videos are hilarious. I'll share with the team in the AM. Matt Mitchell emphasized, did you guys hear we got stuck in an elevator? Justin B to boost, and then put 2 TikTok videos. Sent some more to boost. Brianna tag will let digital know. I wonder what those are. Like, are those his videos? I don't know. And this was the stuck in the elevator intro. Jennifer says, yes, definitely. Let's boost these vids. I sent our digital team the vids that were shot, and they will edit something funny together for next week to post. Justin says, hey, tag team, I've been seeing some IG comments on random posts defending me by people who are private with no followers and they feel like bots. Can you please confirm we are not doing any of that? I really don't want bots defending me as it feeds into their potential narrative. So again, what we're seeing so far is just normal, regular PR being done, monitoring the situation, boosting some posts. That is very normal PR. And then when it gets in a territory that Justin's not comfortable with, he's like, I hope we're not doing this shit because I don't want bots. I don't want fake, false shit being boosted. So Tag says, I can fully confirm we do not have bots. This is not also what we do. Bots look fake to anyone. They're getting more sophisticated, but they do tend to look fake. There is a big thing going on with Meta right now because Meta's fighting back, saying that bots are becoming so sophisticated that it is becoming difficult to see what's real and what's not for them. So that is changing. And I think with AI, it's going to get even harder. And the sophistication of technology, I think it's going to get even harder. But typically, like the cheap ass ones that you're getting like 10,000 bot accounts for like $3, yeah, it looks fake. Hello, it's so nice to see you. I love that Jenn SJC is short and to the point because it doesn't allow Lyman to go beyond the scope. Oh, yeah, her summary for, Judgement. I agree. It controls his decision. They took the phone theft stuff out on purpose. Good for them. I agree, Pia. It's very surgical. It's like just the very specific thing. It's short to the point. This is what matters. It makes Lyman's decision super, super easy. And that's like also a good point in the sense of what I think on this channel we've talked a lot about is understanding Lyman and playing to how he does things. Because we've talked about a lot on the channel how if he can make decisions in favor of Blake, it seems like he does. So just stick to the point, make it surgical, just hit it home. This is an easy decision for you. These are the dates that I worked for Stephanie Jones. This is when apparently the smear campaign started. Stephanie Jones is liable. I agree. Such a good point. So yeah, I mean, Justin saying, I don't want any of that shit. And then he checks in. How's everyone today? Anything new? Melissa, nothing new today. All looking good. We still have a little ways to go. I would say about a week left, staying extra cautious. Like Blake, I don't know. I don't see any smear campaign. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Any smear campaign confirmation here. This is Wednesday, the 14th of August, 2024. To Jamie Heath, CC Tara Hanks. I can't read that. Amin and Mara. Subject, Blake Lively felt Justin Baldoni fat shamed her, kissed too long during. Like the fat shaming thing is so ridiculous. Blake, if that's all you've got, that he asked your weight of his personal trainer. I mean, first of all, the personal trainer, that is it. Even if you feel uncomfortable, the personal trainer could have just said, hey, you're both my clients. I'm not going to tell you my other client's weight. Because if I, back when I was a full-time personal trainer and holistic nutritionist, I probably wouldn't have disclosed another client's weight to someone. However, what I would have said is, look, I got you. Your training program is specifically made so that your back is protected in the scenes that you have to do, including lifting of Blake Lively. I got you. You're going to be fine. Your back will be strengthened. Don't worry about it. But no, instead, like a child, because these people are all children, he runs to Blake Lively with this drama, twisted as if Justin Baldoni's fat shamed her. Blake Lively takes it to heart as if someone killed her puppy, and then runs to the media to smear Justin Baldoni. And then concocts this big ass smear campaign and bullshit lawsuits because she thinks he called her fat. Because at this point, that is the only thing that we seem to have. And apparently called her sexy. After she had said she wanted her character to be sexy, he calls the wardrobe of Lily Bloom, the character, sexy. And she's like, he's inappropriate. He called me sexy. That is all she has. Blake, maybe you need therapy if that sets you off so bad. Therapy may be a really good fucking option at this point. Hi, Jamie. I have been standing down and have not contacted any press. So who is this again from? Sent from Stephanie Jones. Like, Stephanie, you're screwed, man. You're screwed. Your name is all over this. Good luck. Hi, Jamie. I've been standing down. So this is from Stephanie Jones. I've been standing down and have not contacted any press at all regarding any of these Justin issues since they arose on Thursday of last week while I was on family vacation in Europe. I want to take a moment to reiterate my commitment to Justin and our work together. Are you even kidding me? The audacity Stephanie Jones has to pull everything she had when this apparent smear campaign all started when they were clients of hers and Jenn was an employee of hers. Well, I can't wait for the ruling on Abel's summary judgment. I want to take a moment to reiterate my commitment to Justin. Over the past 8 years, I've successfully managed every crisis for Justin without any negative press coming to light. As a key member of both Justin's and Wayfair's accounts since we signed him, I believe if one of our team members, including me as a key man on Justin's account, can rectify a story, it's essential we leverage that for Justin and Wayfair. While my background isn't solely in crisis management, I have extensive experience representing our billionaire clients, many of our biggest stars and athletes in the world, as well as many of our Fortune 50 founder clients. This experience has equipped me with the skills necessary to navigate complex situations effectively, often more diligently than the crisis PR firms we have worked with in the past. I've never seen this before. Is this a new email? I haven't seen this before. Saging the demons away. We need to sage the demons away. I have like crystals. I put all my crystals around my desk. Whenever I talk about Blake Lively, it's like try and keep the demons away. So wild. I didn't know any of this. I feel like this is a new email that was leaked. And I'm imagining, is there the one? I feel like Jamie's pissed. This to me sounds like an email of like your clients are fucking pissed and they're sending you an email to be like, WTF is going on? You need to fix this. So my recommended strategy would be twofold. One, flood the zone with positives. We need to ensure that we promote positive narratives that media outlets cannot ignore. Currently, most stories are heavily biased towards Blake's perspective, leaving Justin unrepresented. I'm just flabbergasted that Stephanie Jones was the one that came up with the strategy. And then I'm just blown away. I feel like I'm living in the twilight zone lately with celebrity lawsuits. It's crucial that we fight for every inch of every story, which requires far more effort than typical crisis PR want to put forth in our experience working with specialized crisis teams. Number two, prepare alternate stories. We should mobilize a robust network of supporters and third-party advocates ready to counter those narratives on deep background, as well as some on the record, making it clear that the claims being made are untrue and unfounded. Hey, that's what I said I would do. Yeah. Annie, my parrot, was like, yeah. That's right, Annie. I did say that. Supporters and third-party advocates to counter the narratives. That's what I said he should do. As you know, I've been on vacation in Europe with my entire family. It's like, sorry about your little PR crisis. Like, I'm on vacation. I'm sorry. Like, what do you want me to do? Annie, the sleuthing parrot, is back on the case. She is back on the case. I give her treats and toys now when I talk about Blake Lively, and she's like, as you guys can tell from 2 weeks ago, much more calm. She doesn't scream the entire time. Although I feel like screaming the entire time around Blake Lively. So I also understood her desire to screech when you talk about Blake Lively. So, Stephanie's going, WTF, I'm on vacation, leave me alone. Your problems are not my problems right now, even though you pay me a base of $25K a month. So she goes, I've attached my Verizon call log from last week in response to your claim that someone at Sony suggested I called the Daily Mail and escalated things. I can confirm that I did not make or receive any calls from Daily Mail. Oh, yeah, there. I was saying it. Jamie was pissed at her. The number I thought I returned call from was regarding our client, Tom Brady. Lillian Jenn from Daily Mail's cell number is noted in her email, redacted. And you can cross-reference this against my call log for verification that she did not call me, nor did I call her. Studios often look for leaks, which is why, per Jenn Abel's text to all of us, the Sony president first texted Jenn Abel and, in her words, accused her of leaking information in the Daily Mail. He then texted me shortly thereafter. I ask that you please refrain from using me as a scapegoat for leaks that are clearly originating from elsewhere. That's a little aggressive to someone that's paying you that kind of money. I'm ready, willing, and able to fulfill my duties to support Justin per our contract, which concludes May 2025. So this was August 14th, 2024. She speaks to her clients like that when they're paying her a base of $25K. This isn't crisis PR, right? Like, this is why when I was saying with Jed Wallace and street relations, I was like, that's like really cheap for crisis PR. I mean, this is pretty for this level base. Yeah, it seems like a lot of money, but it's pretty basic for that level that she's doing. But can you imagine someone paying you a base of $25K a month? And you're like, first of all, I'm on vacation. Second of all, don't you dare use me as a scapegoat for leaks that are originating elsewhere. That's a level of audacity, Stephanie Jones. She obviously was pissed at all of them. She got pissed that Wayfair left. She got pissed that Jamie Heath was accusing her of leaking shit, which everyone knows Stephanie Jones does. It was on the website that we covered on the channel. She does that. She leaks shit so that she can fix it. Well, I should say that it's allegedly. It's just, where's Leo when you need Leo? Allegedly, based on what we've heard, hi Annie, from the websites that have come out from her employees, they've said that she has done this. But I can't even imagine speaking to people like this. And she obviously had a bone to pick with all of them and wanted to take them all down. And her rage, and this is what I always say. I say this to clients all the time. And I've said this as well when people attack me when I'm just trying to give like unbiased PR branding tips. And I'm like, when emotions are high, intelligence is low. Stephanie Jones is a great example for, thank you. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Stephanie Jones is a great example of this. When emotions are high, intelligence is low. So what ended up happening, if she was pissed at Jamie, she felt slighted by Jamie because he, in her mind, is using her as a scapegoat. She feels slighted that they obviously left their contract early because their contract didn't conclude until May 2025. This seems to be problems back in August of 2024. She had a bone to pick with Jennifer Abel, and her rage over feeling slighted by all of these people overrode her logical thinking brain, and she made moves that are now biting her in the ass. And Jen's like, hey, remember how we all like worked with you at that time and you were my boss? Yeah, so you're liable. Insane. I'm your Timu Leo today. I'll have to shoot Leo an email and see where Leo is. But that's exactly what she did. Emotions were high, intelligence was low. She made stupid ass decisions. She needed a PR person at that moment in time. She made stupid ass decisions to try and take other people down without realizing that Jenn was working with her at the time that they're all accusing Jennifer Abel and Wayfair of starting a smear campaign, which means if there was, Stephanie Jones was the one that was doing it. Like, she was the boss woman. So wild. This is just rich people problems, man. Rich people problems. This is insane. Stephanie's, in many ways, I find her a hoot. Like, because she's just so lost in the sauce that at some point you just have to keep your distance and have a good chuckle over it. Like, she is just so lost in the sauce. As an aside, to tell you a story about the first time I heard someone ever say that, because I'd always say lost in the weeds or whatever. I had someone that was she a client? Oh no, she was a client. Yeah. So she was filling out the intake form for a brand VIP day. And so I have a long intake form, and most clients that are newer to business, that intake form can be really overwhelming. So it's a lot of very specific information, but it's incredibly important for me to have that information before we sit down. And so she's filling it out and she sends me an email and she goes, Ash, like, I'm going to be honest, but I am so lost in the sauce with this form. And it almost killed me. At first, I was like, I don't know what that means. And I was kind of frozen. I was buffering. I'm like, I don't know what that means. And then when it finally clicked what she meant, I was just dying. And now it's my favorite saying. So that's my history with that word. So Jamie had sent Stephanie an email. We are fully aware of all of this and we are handling. As a reminder to my previous instructions, please do not respond, contact, or do anything as it pertains to Justin or Wayfair. We have the team that we are comfortable. Oh, yeah. So that pissed her off. We have the team that we are comfortable with to handle this. And while you may have thoughts and ideas, I'm reiterating to stand down. Oh, well, there you go. If anyone wants to know the email that set off Stephanie Jones against, and I'm not blaming Jamie, against Wayfair, Justin Baldoni, and had her team up with Blake, for a person like Stephanie, it was definitely this email. Being told of like, we don't trust you, we don't like you. Yeah. For someone like Stephanie Jones, it's like Blake, right? They're just no emotional intelligence. Yeah, it sucks when you hear shit like that for sure, but you got to the level you're at. You should be used to hearing things like this. Unbelievable. It looks like Stephanie Jones had sent this one. Hi, both Mir just emailed us about this TMZ report. I don't see any incoming inquiries from TMZ, but I've had to contact Harvey, who founded TMZ, and passed about stories they publish. So I'm happy to contact him to get the story fixed, removed if Melissa cannot. I think it's important we work as a team collectively to tackle this influx stories. As with recent ones I'm seeing, we don't even have background to balance out story, so it's not biased. So yeah. Stephanie tried to insert herself after obviously issues. Jamie told her to take a seat. She obviously did not take well to that. And has been on a rampage ever since because these people are unhinged and have serious mental health issues. All right. That's what I have for you guys today. I know everyone else covered like the Colleen Hoover one in depth where she very clearly betrayed Justin. So we won't go into that as well. We're already at an hour and a half. I just wanted to cover some of the stuff in between Stephanie Jones and Jenn Abel and Justin Baldoni communication that proves they were all working with Stephanie when all of this mess happened, which just supports all the, again, I'm not a lawyer. What the hell do I know? But to me, all of this just supports Jenn Abel's motion for summary judgment. It's like email after email after email proving that Stephanie Jones was a part of this. Right up until, what was that date that she said she would stand down, the 14th? So it was August 14th, 2024, where she said she would stand down, that she wasn't going to contact them, but she's still giving them PR advice here. This is what we should do. I think you guys should flood the zone with positive. I think you should prepare alternative stories, which aren't bad recommendations. I also think they're kind of like basic bitch recommendations. If you're charging $25,000 base, I would expect much more detailed. But maybe she's just so pissed at that point that she's like, whatever, this is what I would do. And we're still in a contract anyway. So, you know, basically to Jamie, suck it up, buttercup. You're stuck with me until May 2025. And then he pieced out. I missed seeing you guys. I missed you guys so much. I was like, I need to go through this stuff anyway. So I might as well do it with you guys because I love hanging out with you guys. Had to contact Harvey, wondered if they have stayed in communication all this time with wrong info. Yeah. Thanks, Haley. Yeah, we have the Radical Happiness podcast on Spotify as well. And I'm really excited to build that out. I'll let you guys know quickly about that. So the Radical Happiness movement and podcast is under my Outlaw Media company. And so the idea with Radical Happiness, I'm actually getting people in right now and setting up interviews with people to talk about what radical happiness means for them and when they kind of hit this midlife shift and change, like completely burn down the old and started new again. And so I have these incredible interviews that are planned. And the idea with radical happiness is that I step away over time as the face of it and it becomes like its own movement. So I'm really excited about that. It's part of my brands that I'm building out. But the long-term goal is I'm not the face of it. So yes, radical happiness, if you're looking for like something positive, right? We do some somatic experiencing, mindset shifts. It's really cool, but expect all kinds of incredibly inspirational stories. Some of my clients are going to come on, not to promote me as a branding and business coach or anything like that, but just to speak to how their life has changed and how they found purpose and wealth and abundance and all those things, joy, from following their heart, from following that higher calling. So it's going to be really incredible. Hello, it's so nice to see you. Love you too. Glad I was able to catch your live. I got a bunch of your stuff to catch up on. Yeah, we'll be getting back into more of a flow. Like I said, I'm hoping to have it more as me hanging out with you guys. If you want the branding and marketing, you can head over to my other YouTube for Outlaw Media Consulting. But I mean, it is who I am. And because I'm so entrenched in that world, it'll still be a thread we pull. But I want to just like hang out with you guys and like talk trash about what's going on without worrying about it negatively impacting my businesses by not being able to give an unbiased view. I know Blake doesn't think I'm unbiased, but in fairness, I have done a lot of videos that have been pretty positive to Blake and Ryan, and then I just get eviscerated for it. So but no, I'm excited to be back with you guys. I'm excited to hang out. I miss this community so much. It genuinely is the best community on the internet. I don't know. I might have to go head to head and like fight Emily D. Baker over her claims that she has the best community, because I think this one is. But I think we have a lot of law nerds here anyway. But thank you guys for being here. It was so nice to be here with you. Yeah, let me grab. I haven't updated even my mods on any of that. I didn't even tell anyone I was going live today, if I'm being completely honest. I'm just like, go live. Oh, it's pulling up me here. And then if you guys are looking for something, and I'm sure it's been dropped in the chat. Oh, damn it. I didn't see. This is why I don't run my own account, guys. This is why I have help. Like, here's the link. I don't put the link in. And then if you're looking for, because this is like, it's a lot of heavy topics we're talking about. If you're looking for something a little bit more positive, we also have Substack. And let me pull up Substack. So we have the 30 days of radical happiness over there. It's a gratitude challenge. It's super simple. It's easy to implement and it's free. You can just join the free tier on Substack, and it's the 30-day gratitude challenge as well. So I think in this world, there's always so much going on in this world. That again is going to be part of, hopefully at one, well, not hopefully. That's bad. Oh God. Ew, gross. God, don't ever say trying or hopefully. Ugh, Ashley, Jesus. Okay, collect yourself. That is going to be, I hate the words hopefully or trying. They just irritate me. Or but. If you're saying, I could, but. If you're talking about your glutes, that's fine. So that's all going to be a massive brand that I'm building out so that eventually I step away as the face of it. But that'll be down the road. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you today. It was so nice to hang out with you. And as long as there's something to talk about tomorrow, we'll go live again tomorrow. As long as there's something to talk about, there should be with what's going on with the lawsuit at this point. Maybe it'll be something new with Jeremy Renner and this crazy lawsuit with him, because that is just wild. We're going to be following that here. So if you want to follow it, make sure to subscribe, like, we'll follow that one through too. It should be crazy. All right, my friends, I hope you have a beautiful day. And it was so nice to see you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.